Pandas, 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 pandas. I got broads in Atlanta, twisting dope, lean, and a Fanta. Pandas! Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you guys are here. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Day trading, good morning. Rima, good morning. We just finished the pre-market show. Always have a great time there. And if you guys like to, join the pre-market show, because you guys are here early, and if you guys want to join, you guys can become pandas, and that's it for those who are interested in, how I'm doing on my journey, where I'm at with all my account balances, how many accounts I have, and also if you want to see like my off-stream trades, then you guys can join the pre-market show, and also if you just want to support the panda. I always consider it to be like one coffee a month, and I really do appreciate it. I know it might sound little, and it sounds like a way to try to get you guys to support it, but really that's how I take it. I actually use this money to buy coffee for me and Mrs. Panda. Like we go and we're like, yes, got another member, and because of them, we're able to fuel ourselves every morning here. So I appreciate your support for anyone who does become a panda. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Drop a GM in the chat. Scalp that like button. And let me put a poll up for you guys. Make it a little more interactive, yeah? Welcome to the stream, everybody. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hansman, good morning. Speedy Boy, JLV, good morning. Dave Teaches, good morning. Teaches says, I don't feel as bad anymore. I start my stream but end up beginning 20 minutes later, just having to get all the stuff in place with my coffee. I've watched you for a few weeks now. Keep up it. Thanks. Appreciate it. Good morning. Wishes everyone a propulsive type day. Yes, we're looking for all the propulsions. Latrell, good morning. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Avatar, good morning. I don't know what's going on right now. Let's look at the daily chart. Always start with the daily chart. Start wide, start big, and then start going in. So this is dripping. Too much drip. Odell, too much drip. And we're coming back into this zone, and I'm not sure if the zone's gonna hold. Like we couldn't even get 2 legs off of the zone, right? We only got 1 push up, and now we're coming back down into it. And not only that, it is going beyond this channel. So, man, like you almost need to redraw this at this point. It might be creating a wedge soon. I mean, if you look at the left, you have a lot of potential supports everywhere. Everything could be a support potentially. But the big ones are breakout points, right? You got the apex here. Yeah, any of these major pivot lows right here and right here, right? These are potential double bottoms. Let's see what happens when we touch them. And not only that, we are coming back into this trend line, right? And that's another one. This trend line can act as a support as well. We got a breakout, a trend line, but usually you don't bounce off the trend line when you are this far away. You know what I mean? If you're this far into it, it typically doesn't bounce off like that. So I don't know. And it happens at a good time as well, right? The reversal. This 3 here is a reversal. It happens with a break of trend to new high, and then you get a reversal setup. It's just not a good setup. I would take on any other time frame, because it's above the 20 MA. It's a terrible signal bar, and it's just hard to take this reversal here. But you can see people did take it, and now we are reversing very strongly. 5 pushes down so far in a row, and the pullback, you're thinking, it depends on really how, I'm not sure how accurate this trend line is, to be honest, right now, because we are having an undershoot here, and we may come back up and have an overshoot if this channel is accurate, or we could already have this overshoot to undershoot, maybe something like that. but I have a feeling that this trend line is not, this channel is not going to be very accurate, and we're having more of a spike and channel situation at the moment, where we can grind down like this, or we can find ourselves having another pivot high, something like that. You know, this is kind of more of what it feels like at the moment, where we kind of have more like a spiking channel. So why do I feel that way? Well, mainly because when I try to use this channel, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't really work. So I'm trying to look for something else, and we have a impulsive move, right? A strong move down, and then after the strong move down, we start to kind of lose that momentum. We're not going down as fast, but we're still going the same direction in a channel-like manner. So we have a spiking channel. This is kind of why it may turn into this. But the channel is very small. That's another problem, right? You always tend to come back to the 20 MA sooner or later. And with the channel looking like this, you know, how long can this be sustained? Just a grind down. Right, which is another interesting thing, because usually when the market goes down, it goes down on an elevator. But here what we're seeing is actually it's grinding down, so we'll see. I don't know. I got broads in Atlanta, Tucson, Dope Lean, and a Fanta. Andre B. ES Trader, B Charles, Richard Harris, welcome guys, welcome. Dante, welcome. Where are my pandas at? Where my green names at? Are they still in the pre-market show? Are they still hanging out? I ended that thing. All the pandas just want to join pre-market show. That's it. That's good enough for me. And as you can see, we're doing nothing. There my pandas at. Northern Turtle, Iron Cruise, Michelle, welcome. Oh, there's all eating bamboo. That's why they're all eating bamboo, and they're all coming out of the bamboo woods. Good morning, guys. GC Burke, Salvatore, welcome. Thanks, guys. That's more. I like to see the mix of the green, the gray names. Good morning, guys. Leading loser, Harjit. Good morning, guys. Big Mama hit overnight, and geez, I mean, I don't know if it's a Big Mama I would like, but I was not expecting it. Basically, just makes two legs down right through it, and man, I was not ready for it. You know, if I thought this was gonna happen, I would have my order ready, but I just, you know, that's Big Mama right here. Looks like we're making some sort of type of, maybe, I don't know, inverse head and shoulders. Neckline is way up here, but I don't know. I just do not know. We're definitely gonna have a gap at the 5-minute open, and typically we fill the gap. Yesterday we had news, and tomorrow we'll have news. So I just wouldn't be surprised today if we just go sideways. But the funny thing is, even on the news day, that's basically we were in a trading range the entire day. I mean, this is your day. It basically was a trading range the entire day, and amazing. Maybe easier to see on the 10,000 tick chart, where the trading range indicator was here for the entire day. You can see we hit the bottom. Actually, we missed the top here. At this point, maybe actually we would have hit the top. Yeah, it depends on where this line was at the time, but attempt to hit the top, bottom, trading range indicator on 10,000 tick chart is just telling you the range, and that's where we were the entire day. Now we are beneath the range, broke out of the range. What's super annoying is in the overnight session, the price action is better than the regular session. Look at this. What in the world? Like, I almost rather trade the overnight session now these days. It's so choppy. I mean, what is this? You know, what is this? You know, even going down, what is all this nonsense? Just ridiculous. Let's get that bamboo. Bill 7, good morning. L. Jackson, no news today, but the news tomorrow. Gilbert. This guy has some military mentality. Good morning, BBM. All the panda warriors. Let's get that bamboo. Dante Matthews asks, do you know why it happens. Do I know why it happens? Why the overnight's better than the regular? I have no clue. If anyone can answer that question, please let me know. Price action wise, maybe because a daily chart, because we're in trading range the entire time, it wants to break out. But I mean, I've seen trading range last for several days, 3 or 4 days even. Like when you look here on a daily chart and you see all this nonsense, this is like multiple days of just trading range price action. I wish I had an answer. If I knew, then I would know when to trade the overnight session, but I just don't know. I wish I knew. It's a good question. I just don't know. Adashi says, made 2,500 overnight yesterday on one trade. So yeah, overnight has been rocking. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. 2,500 is nice. I mean, I don't even know why you're on. I don't even know why you're trading today. Walk away. Not before strategy. I think maybe if there is news. I'm not sure if there's news in Europe session or the Asia session. Market just opened. I drew a trend line here, and I drew it because we had a reversal here that ends up failing, but now we're coming back up. So it's quite confusing what's happening here. I just asked for some good price action today. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask for? Maybe the summer session will be very good because typically this is the volatility should be good in this time, but it has been so bad. It's just so terrible in terms of just nice price action movement. I think the 5-minute says it all. At the 5-minute, look at this. Look at this nonsense yesterday. And every 5-minute, not every 5-minute chart, but most of the time on the 5 minutes when we began, we start with these huge gaps. Right? These gaps happen, right? Because I'm only marking the I'm only marking the regular trading hours. So we have these huge gaps. That means in the overnight session we had the huge movement. Big gap there, big gap here. The 5-minute chart is showing us. And during the regular session, it just does this terrible price action. Terrible, 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 terrible. Even right now, starting way down here. I mean, what a way to start the session. Like 4 overlapping bars in a row. I'm just like, man. I almost just want to step away from the market altogether for like a few days. Just to come back once a week to see if the price action is good. It's been so bad, I would say, last several months. short here. $10,000 tick chart. OII pattern, breakout mode. Which way will we break out? Basically creating a triangle. Okay, we're breaking up to the upside. We're attempting to break up to the upside here. Just let it marinate a little bit. Okay. OII pattern, right? OII, break out to the upside because we broke above the previous candle's high. Let's see if it's a failed breakout or not. The reason why it was sus because we're beneath the 20 MA and it's breaking up to the upside. If it broke to the downside, you have a higher chance really because you're still underneath the 20 MA. So it might be a failed breakout. Going to the other side, trapping some traders here now. But as long as we're above this trend line, I'm not going to trade short. Looks like a failed breakout on the 10K chart. Closing beneath the 20 MA once again. 10,000, right? Pops up, but then comes back down underneath the 20 MA. All too confusing. I mean, it's just super choppy right now. When you see this kind of price action, you just stay away from this until it resolves, until it breaks out one way or another, and then you start to see, you know, some distance between the candles. Right now, these swings have no distance, really. we need that distance. What this means is this is a limit order market. And we do not want to enter in a limit order market. How do I know that? The price action is telling me so. Lower high. Okay. See what happens. So now on the 10,000 tick chart, we have a OIIO pattern, outside down bar. Let's see how this one ends. Let's see if there's any follow through. We need some follow through here. We need some follow through. Let's see how this next candle ends. It ends up being a second entry short, A, B, C. This is 10,000 tick chart. Usually when I'm very confused on a 2K chart, I like to go to the 10,000 tick to see if I get more information. And the 10,000 tick is telling me, right, we've been underneath the 20 MA, where the 20 MA is acting as resistance. So right now, the 2,000 tick, it's hard to tell what's going to happen here. But on the 10,000 tick, it seems like we're leaning towards the bearish side because we've been underneath the 20 MA this entire time. Having a hard time closing above it. So you can get a little more information from the higher time frame, especially here, and then that gives you an idea which way this may break, you know, in this trading range. Most likely to the downside. When I say most likely, I mean you have a small edge to the downside. Maybe 60-40. 60% to go down, 40% to go up. Yeah, Al as charts looks different. What do you do? And Dante Matthews answers correctly. Right click and reload your historical. Right click anywhere in the chart. That's not on like, you know, that's not on like any drawing.
10,000 tick trap.
Hey, I may want to go short here, but I do recognize we're in a trading range still. If I go short here, I'll be right into these supports. Usually when this happens, it does reverse, right? You gotta break out to the upside. That fails. And so people rush in the other side. And that fails. And now these people are trapped here. This might burst to the upside here. It's hard to say. Really, just gotta let this resolve. It's gambling at this point. You know I never gamble. Especially in the markets. I mean, that's just a fool's game. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. A lot of you guys think it is going to be trading range day today. Thanks for filling out that poll. Completely sideways. I'm just sitting on my pause until this resolves. We got nothing. No news today, I don't think either. Let me check. I'm pretty certain there's no news. No high impact news, at least. Unless you're really looking forward to natural gas storage or something like that. Tomorrow we have ISM numbers at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Too leggy to the short side. 1, 2, 3 bounces. Triple bottom. Okay. Okay. We look to the left of the chart, we're still in the no trade zone. No trade zone. It's just too choppy. Wowzers. It's a second entry short, but not one I like. Above the 20 MA. But if this is a trading range, we are at the top of the trading range. So you could have some reason to want to go short here, but I'm sitting on my pause. I do not know. I do not know what's going to happen. Nor can I take this trap because it is just too confusing. $10,000 tick chart still showing us resistance at the 20 MA. As you notice, we can't close above it. We may on this bar, but we'll see. Which is why I don't want to go long. Right? If something's been acting as a resistance, treat it like a resistance. And it's acting as a resistance, so I'm not trying to go long here on the 2K chart because I would go against the 10K resistance. What's the point of identifying support and resistance if you're not going to use it as such? Confusion. And this is where your trader mentality really gets tested. Where you start to get FOMO. And you're like, oh, what if it breaks out? What if it breaks out one way? I don't want to miss the move. It's okay, miss the move. Let it happen. What we're not trying to look for breakouts. We're looking for high probability trades. You can trade breakouts, but that's just not what we're doing here. And if you trade breakouts, you have to understand you're going to lose most of the time. But when you win, you should win large, right? To cover up your losses. Right? Your risk reward is way better than my risk reward. My risk reward is pretty terrible. My risk reward, I mean, at least I want to make it a 2-to-1 risk reward. So if I ever do lose, I just need to win 2 more times to make up for that one loss. And that's where I like to have my risk reward for scalping. $10,000 tick chart, still having a tough time closing above the 20 EMA. So when you saw this kind of big leg up, you're thinking, oh, it's going to break out to the upside, but you got to respect the trading range. Five-minute chart creates a outside-inside bar, breakout mode, right? If it breaks beneath it, breaks down. If it breaks above it, breaks up. This is wild. I mean, if you want to talk about chop, this is it. This is it. Like, I almost want to start going to limit orders. Scalping my limit orders. Almost. I mean, people are making money here. Just not us. Advanced traders are doing limit orders here. Okay. They break to the upside. Or not. I have no idea. Pandas, hope you guys are doing amazing. How you guys doing? Just watched the last episode of Last of Us. And I don't want to spoil anything, but it was okay. It was all right. It was all right. I feel like Ellie's acting is getting a little bit better. Wow. I actually really did not like Ellie, who they casted for her. And the acting is just so bad. So bad. I mean, she was like amazing in Game of Thrones. Like that little part she played, I mean, she did great. But her character right now, I don't like it.
10,000 tick trap.
I didn't play the games actually. I've watched people play the games. I don't play games anymore. I realize I don't have the time or energy to play games anymore, but I do enjoy watching people play games. So, you know, shout out to all the streamers who spend all those hours playing games for us. But I've seen some gameplay. Okay, we might make a direction here. Might be breaking to the upside now. We're getting strong bull bar here. And the 10,000 tick chart may start closing above the 20 EMA here. No breakouts yet. But you can feel like it's leaning towards the bullish side. The problem is with any bull bar or bear bar, there's no follow through on either side. Really. I would say there's probably a little more follow through on the bullish side, right? You have a couple bull bars in a row, Here, you got very little follow through on the bear bars. So you may feel like this may break out to the upside because you have some price action here that makes it feel like you're going to go up. The worst ending is the movie Dismissed. That doesn't sound like it's the worst ending. It just sounds like it's just the worst movie. Don't judge a movie by its title. Don't you know the saying? John Lee asks, any deals soon? And I'm guessing you're referring to Apex. Are there any deals? I think what you guys should do is subscribe and hit that bell notification icon if you want to know there's news. Let's just say I drop news tonight. How would you know? How would you know unless you're subbed, right? And let's just say like tonight I drop news, but you didn't know, and you end up resetting or you end up buying new evals, busting overnight or busting today. How would you know? So I will tell you though, the moment news or the moment promos come out, trust me, you'll be the first to know if you hit that bell notification icon. You'll be the first to know. This is terrible. But notice, Pandas, now we have a close above the 20 EMA on the 10,000 tick. So now it's no longer acting as resistance, or not as strong at least. 5-minute chart had the OI pattern, breakout mode to the upside. Maybe the breakout mode. When you break either side of this candle, this inside bar candle, that's the way you're going to go. That's the idea of that inside bar trade. And the way you manage that inside bar, you put your order here, and your stop loss is actually right here on the other side of the inside bar, because that means that it's a failed breakout, and now it's probably more confusion. Strong move up to the upside. Like I mentioned, it felt like it was floating upwards. Also, 20 EMA starting to rise. But the only candles that really had some follow through were the bullish candles, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, right? We got some bullish candles here, and John Lee, remember for 4 months, dropping a message saying, "Let's go, baby." LGB, LGB, and that's the thing. Manny Martinez, I mean, you're a cool guy, but that's not cool, man. What you just did. Obviously, you don't want to do that. There's some conflict of interest of doing that. But Emmanuel Martinez is a good viewer, so just giving you a warning. I'm still like traumatized by this nonsense. I just don't feel like we have any strong movement. So, am I looking for a second entry long? Maybe. Maybe. Something like this. John Lee, been the panda since day one. He is the only price action trader who live streams and shows all trades and shows his balance. Appreciate that. As a panda, he knows. You gotta respect the live trading. You gotta respect showing all my account balances. It's a very vulnerable place to be, but I'll tell you, I think it's the only way to be legit. price action is horrendous. We could float up here. I don't know. Second entry long, perhaps. Oh, John Lee, thanks for all the. hey, I'm not. He's not. There are no paid actors in this stream. Thank you, John. I do appreciate it. He says, for only $5 a month, it's worth. Panda, how come you decided to stream on YouTube instead of Twitch? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'll stream both. I tried to set it up to stream both, but I think apparently you need to. I could be wrong. But it'd be nice if I could output to multiple streaming services. But really, it's just I just started on YouTube, and maybe I'm just a little older. I don't know what it is, but I never really follow Twitch. I personally don't use Twitch, so we got a second entry long here. I personally do not watch Twitch. If anything, the only time I watch Twitch content is through YouTube. I'm like, ooh, but I'm like, I don't know if I would like sit there and want to watch an entire stream of a person. I'd rather watch like highlights or people posting. Got a second entry long here, pandas. Boy, oh boy, do I want to take this? It's so ugly, this price action. I just cannot ignore how terrible the price action has been. I just don't think that we are in like this super strong type of trending market now. And man, I don't know. Ugh, looks like a slug. The market just looks like a big slug just drooping over, and I don't like slugs. What can I say? Slug-like qualities. 20 EMA starting to bend. Turnover. It is a second entry long, but now we're beneath the 20 EMA, and the 20 EMA is looking like it's curling downwards. Jeez. I don't know. I cannot take the second entry long. I cannot take the risk is not too large though. But I don't think I can take the second entry long. 20 may starting to curl down. We have a potential overshoot. Might lead to an undershoot. So if it does trigger, it might still want that undershoot. And also we have bounced off a certain area, right? Previous day's low. With all that being said, when something acts as resistance, if you especially have a key area, it starts to look like resistance, try not to trade opposite of it. I don't know, pandas. I'm uncertain here, and because I'm uncertain and I don't love it, I'm skipping it. Especially now, starting to go down further, even further beneath the 20 MA. Second entry long may trigger here, but notice the 20 EMA starting to curl down already. Is it good for a trap trade? Not even that, because now we have a break of trend and looking for a new high. So it's just like you're in a weird spot at this point. So I'm not going to take either. And maybe nothing will happen. We just start pushing down very hard. Then I look for maybe a second entry short. Yes, now we're pushing down. I think this setup is gone. It's dead. Unless you guys want to vote for the fail second entry long. You know, until I'm going to let the second entry long happen. I'm going to keep this poll up until, because you may want to do the fail second entry long here at this point. And there's an option for that in the poll. We are also bouncing off this trend line that I drew way back here that we've had some reactions off of. Oh boy. Oh boy. Johnny Lee wants me to trade some. I have tried forex a little bit. The only problem with forex is the spreads are so large. So the nice thing about the futures market is that even for one tick, you make a profit, right? With commissions, right? The way they make money is through commissions, not by spread. Spread is typically like one tick, but forex, the way they make money is through spread. and the spreads could be quite large. And so when you scalping with spread that large, it's very difficult. And so if you're going to do forex, I just recommend doing swing trading instead. You can scalp for the forex market, of course. I just think it's more difficult because you shoot for like what, 10 pips, or whatever, how many pips it takes to scalp. I think like typically the minimum is 10 pips, but yeah, like the emini, like the smallest you would ever really scalp is 1 point, and if you do anything other than that, it's really you're skunking your trade. The second entry long works out great, 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 great. So anyone who said yes, actually, congratulations, you're right. But it does push off this trend line here that we have. It's not a trade I like, to be honest. It's not a trade I like. Rockrun says, you will never convince me that forex brokers target their clients and destroy them with slippage. I sense an air of sarcasm. That's what I sense. My panda senses are tingling. I'm fully panda, fully human. If you're a super nerd in theology, you would know that's called homoousia. Homoousia. The state that Jesus was in. Fully man, fully God at the same time. I am fully panda, fully human at the same time. Homoousia. What a push! Nice. Coming off this trend line. This trend line is the trend line. I would say you have to have this trend line or you're missing out on some moves right now. Some price action. What a push. Break it like I mentioned. So overshoot, undershoot, but still I wouldn't take the trap trade here because you have a potential of still a new high, which is exactly what we're seeing here. Incredible. Coming off our trend line. Absolutely amazing. Big Mama already happened. Big Mama already happened here. And it already made, your swing trade. Big Mama. No Big Mamas. Big Mama's already triggered. In the overnight session. GC Burr says, preach, panda. I don't know if that's really preaching. That's more like teaching, let's say. All right. What a move. What an incredible move. But I think we're reading this right. Actually, I'm just gonna keep this here. I really feel like we have break. Actually, I'm gonna keep it here because I want to make sure we know this breaker trend new high. But we are shooting up, and the 5-minute finally touches the 20 EMA here. We may try to fill the gap even, but we are finding some movement. The problem with this movement is that it comes after a breaker trend new high. So the question is, should we respect this, or should we consider this to be an uptrend? That's the question. That's $1 million question, actually. Am I looking for a second entry long? I mean, how many of you guys are looking for a second entry long now just to get a piece of this uptrend? See, that's wild. Like, I cannot imagine going long here. And people do. People probably came with limit orders here and they just held their breaths and wanted and hoped that it went up. And they, have whatever stop loss they typically would always take. I would say, like, you know, if you're doing limit order trades, just take whatever stop loss you typically would take on a stop order trade. Second entry short, setting up on the 5-minute chart. A, whoa. A, B, C. Interesting. It's a first entry market, 2 pushes up. Should I commit to this uptrend is a question. It's such a strong push up. You know, the thing is, it's like if we get a second entry long, like coming off this pivot high, maybe I'll be interested in going long. I don't know. Second entry short also setting up on the 5-minute chart. So this could push back down. It's just in the 5-minute chart, we're going up in a way where it's a strong bull bar. Let's see if there's any follow through here. Jeez. Overthinking maybe here. Take the trap? No. No, thank you. Too far away from 20 MA. And also starting to go sideways. Time to eat some bamboo. Honeycrisp bamboo. I used to love the Honeycrisp. I still do like it a lot. But I've been introduced to some new bamboo. I think contends well with the Honeycrisp. Five-minute chart, 20 EMA acting as resistance. I'm looking for a second entry short on the 5-minute chart. I think that's what I'm looking for. I think. Could be wrong. Are you guys ready for some bamboo? Some ASMR bamboo eating action? It's just so crispy. I have no idea how that sounds to you guys. Hopefully it's not killing you guys. Sometimes people hate the sound of chewing.
10,000 tick trap.
Believe it or not, we could still have a second entry short or long. A, B, C, maybe a higher low, second entry long. Notice where it bounces off of, right? It breaks this pivot high and then comes back to retest this pivot high, and which was acting as resistance, right? Big Mama, which is the previous day's low. But people are coming with limit orders right off there. That's a limit order trade. Limit orders off here, also going long on the first entry. Potential second entry long here. And if there's a potential second entry long with an uptrend, you know what I gotta do? I gotta ask. I just gotta know. What do you guys think? Potential second entry long here. If it does have the second pullback, I will post up this poll. And you have very little time probably to fill it out. But we have a poll up here now. It's a second entry long, potentially here. And it may double bottom here. I'm not sure. Maybe a higher low. Or maybe already double topped here. 1, 2, 3. A couple hits. Nice thing about this, we have room up to the top of the channel still here. Second entry short may trigger on the 5-minute chart. Second entry long. Would you guys take it? Woo! Second entry long. Double bottom off of that. Okay, I'll try. I'll try. It's an ugly looking signal bar. It's a doji bar. But we got two bounces off of that support right there. Right, which is acting as support now. Resistance acting as support. We got two bounces off of it. Let's see if we can get a nice little scalp here. Only problem is I'm still scared that the second entry short will trigger on the 5-minute chart. You know, because of that potential, I'm actually kind of worried about this trade because it still has not yet triggered. And the market likes to trigger these second entry shorts, or any second entries really. It likes to trigger it. So we could trap here, and this trap may trigger the second entry short on the 5-minute chart. But I like the double bounce off of this of the support here, once acting as resistance. Like I mentioned, if it comes back to this pivot high, I may be interested in a trade, and exactly what I did. Bounce off the pivot high 2 times, and this is why I'm interested in this trade. If I lose, I lose, but I don't feel too bad about taking this trade. I really don't. It is what it is. And the trap does trigger, so we have a high chance that this will fail now. You never want your trade to reverse. If it does reverse, actually, I'm going to try to come up break even at this point. I never want to see my trade reverse, and that's exactly what's happening. I never want to see the other leg trigger. If anything, I'll come up break even and come with another entry if I like another reversal. So we're going to try to come up break even here now, and most likely won't be able to. That's tempting though, right? I mean, you got the double bounce off of this resistance that's acting as support, with a 2-leggy, higher low, second entry long, and you're thinking continuation of the uptrend. And now I'm just trying to pray. Thoughts and prayers, pandas. There we go. I came out break even. You know, a little bit more. I never want to see the trade reverse. As in, I was long here, and it actually broke the previous candle's low. And even if it does work out, I'm happy just coming out break even. You know, because I have the opportunity, if I still like the setup, I can go long here if it does have a double trap or triple trap at this point. So I'm okay. I mean, I'll just come out break even plus 1 tick. I made a little bit of money, $25, not much, but because it reversed, I will not mess with that. I will not mess with that. Plus the 5-minute chart. It wants that second entry short, right? We can't even close above the 20 MA. It may want that second entry short still, and then maybe trap, but it still may want to trigger that second entry short, which is so if you like the trade stuff, if you like the up, if you feel like your bias is still good, then you can go long here on this, you know, another attempt up. But I'm just sitting my pause here because I feel like the trade's already messed up. I'm glad I came out break even right there, but you just never want your trade to reverse like that. Since it did, I just come up break even. Say thank you, market, for giving me a chance to get out. And if you blast off, you're gonna be emotionless, but inside you're gonna be super pissed off. you know, internally you'd be super pissed off because you're like, man, I could have got that scalp. Am I salty? Not really. Do I care? A little bit, but I mean, it might work out now because you have 2 bull bars above the 20 EMA now. Scalp might end up working out because even though you reverse, now you have another reversal. I'm still not mad about the decision I took, so it is what it is. It's not emotion. It's not emotion. I've been doing this long enough where if you start to see your trade reverse, I'm just out. I'm out. I already messed up on my trade. And the thing is, if you like your trade, then you come in. You can come in if it does reverse again. And that's my skunking like rules essentially now. I've seen it too many times where I wish I just came up break even when it reversed, and thinking, oh no, it's gonna work out, and then it just comes out exactly at break even, and all these people thinking the same thing came out of the trade and they just pushed the market back down. Reverses again, pushes up again. This is just so confusing now. It's an OI pattern on the 5-minute chart. Breakout mode. So maybe break up to the upside now without actually triggering a second entry short on the 5-minute. So I could have scalped out. I could have scalped out here at that point. This is the actual scalp, but I'm okay with how I manage that trade because I hate it when the market reverses. You know, I hate when my trade reverses. It's just got too choppy. Too hard. GC Bird, that's too meta. I should change my avatar to a red panda when I skunk because the red panda is related to the skunk. Jeez, I had no idea. Why'd they call it a red panda? They should just call it a red skunk. Five-minute, may trigger the second entry short. Goodness gracious, this is wild. Wild, wild west. I'm just telling you. I'm not mad I skunked this because it's not like it went really far without me anyways. Good skunk in my opinion, but let it be. Move on, next trade. All right, last bite of bamboo for you. Second entry short triggers on the 5-minute chart. Ooh-wee. I may take this 5-minute trade. I may take it. I kind of like the 5-minute trade here. Is the second inch short? Actually. Terrible signal bar. It's clearly underneath the 20 MA. 20 MA curling downwards. Your risk is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 points. You would need like 4 points to make this worth it. Goodness. Too confusing, to be honest. The market is just too confusing to trade for me. I personally do not know what's happening. And this is the kind of price action. You got this huge move, and you're like, yes, finally, an opportunity. And then the opportunity just does this nonsense. Whew. And this is when your mental, capital just gets drained. You're so focused on the market when it's just so choppy, making you overthink. You can only really think with this much focus for, as long as you kind of like condition yourself to. But I gotten better to do it for a longer period of time, but still, like, I can't do it all day. It's still too hard for me. Wow. Wow. Second entry short on the 5-minute. I wanted it, but it just got like it just got too many choppy bars, right? You got an OIO pattern right there. Jeez, I'm just not ready for that. I was not ready for that. I was not convicted enough for that trade. Another thing that scared me was the fact that we have a gap here, and the reason why I zoomed out is because I feel like we had this kind of breaker trend type move, or even this, right? You got a breaker trend, new low, so possible reversal. Now we're dripping. Oh no! Too much drip. Goodness, breaking beneath our trend line here that we've had, this beautiful trend line that's had many reactions. Can't quite get back up to the top of it, but if it's a 2-tier, then we hit the top of the bottom tier of the 2-tier channel. Trap trade here, too far away from 20 MA. But if you think this is a strong breakdown, then this is a setup. Maybe not a good one, but it is one. And this is why we have our trend line. Goodness. Wow, all right. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I truly have no idea what to do. I do know this. I need to learn how to trade markets like this. It just happens way too often. GC Berg, it took a while, but I really like NinjaTrader now. I have Panda thank for getting away from TradeStation. TS was great in its day. It's bloatware now. You're welcome. I can't say much because I didn't actually use any other platform. I actually started with NinjaTrader because of the great Michael Chin. We have so much to thank for Michael Chin, leading us to the promised land. It's actually crazy because when I first began, everybody's journey was this. They saw Michael Chin and they were like, what? This strategy is crazy. And then they realized, oh, he just copied Mac from Price Action Trading System. And then later learned that, that's very similar to Al Brooks, price action trading style. And that was everyone's journey. Everyone's journey here. But nowadays, people are coming to the stream, in different routes. It may not be that route because there's so much material out there now with the two-leggy. Is Bookmap not appealing to you? I spent so much time just doing price action. It just feels odd to now all of a sudden throw in something to make things more complicated. But I have nothing against people using indicators. I really don't. It's just I really want to get good at this, and then like for me, like I still make mistakes with two leggies, so. Bruce Lee said, "Don't fear the man who practices 1,000 kicks, but practices one kick 1,000 times." That's what I want to be. I want like these rock hard shin bones. I want to be able to trade this with my eyes closed, type thing. But the interesting thing about two leggies is that you got to do way more than just the setup. You have to know how to read price action, which is a nice skill to have with any type of strategy. You gotta learn price action. What do I think of ICT? Insane Clown Team. I don't know. Is that what they're called? All I know is that I want a propulsion block. I can't say much about it. But Saldar, hi, buy my money. How you doing? I'm up $25, but hey, pandas, $25. If you have 20 accounts, guess what? That means I can't even do the math. I'm so used to doing $100. I guess it's a quarter of that. So if you have 20 accounts, that's the same thing as 5 accounts with 100. 1250. Yeah, $25 a day. If you can make an average of $25 a day with 20 counts, you can make $1,250. You can make, yeah, you can make $6,000. You can make $6,000 if you can make $25 a day. I'm just kidding, of course. I mean, I'm not kidding. The math is there, but having 20 counts is the hard part. Got a trap trade here coming out of nowhere. I feel like it's gonna go long. I feel like it's trying to fill the gap now. The main thing is because this trend line is so strong. It's just so strong right now, and people are respecting it. I mean, it's there. Regardless of what you think about trend lines, this trend line is there. And on the 10K chart, it's even more accurate, where we see a spike down to it, taps off of it, and pushes back up. I just need a setup. This is a trap trade, but it's not a setup. It's not a good one. Context is bad. Way too far above the 20 MA here. Right? And you're trading it right into potential resistances at these pivot highs. The thing about two-leggies people need to understand is you got to take the setups near support resistance. No matter what, that's kind of what it's your bread and butter. Support and resistance. Trend lines. Channels. What's actually, in a sense, more important are those things. Like, you have to be closer there first, and then you say, well, this is a two-leggy. In a sense, you want the two-leggy to go down or to a key area. So you don't want to just trade the setup. You want to trade, right, the setup at the key area, increasing your chances. That's the whole point. It's not the setup you care about, really. I mean, you do care about the setup because it helps with timing. That's what the setup's for, right? The time when you enter in. But in terms of context, you got to do that. It's completely separate from the setup. Vision block. LimeWire back with his nonsense. Oh boy. I think I got to ban LimeWire. This is the second time he did it. Shilling ICT here. Second entry long, pandas. Attaching it to the order. Second entry long. In this trade. Yes, yes, yes. I love when that happens. Second entry long. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy meal. Oh my god. Easy peasy, easy money. Let's go, baby. It hit my runner so fast I couldn't even move it. I was distracted because I wanted to do the sunglasses, and it scalped out so hard it took my runner out as well. It might be a good thing. I don't know. Might reverse from here, but I'll take it. 325. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Up 325. That's the second entry long. We waited for an hour and some minutes for this setup, pandas. Right? And it basically came off the 10,000 tick, bounced off of here, starting to show this upwards momentum. And after this strong move up, got a second entry long. Pretty much two key areas here. Off the 20 EMA, also off our trend line. And whew, all right, I'll take it. I mean, especially when you're bouncing off support this many times, and you're, actually now showing some direction, I'll take it. Couldn't even move my runner. That's how you know it's a good scalp, pandas. When your runner gets hit before you can move it. Maybe I need more space in my runner. Actually, I don't even mind that. I mean, being up 325, it's nice. It's nice. And if you're using the trade copier, always check, to make sure you're out of your positions. If you're out of your position in your leader account, just check. Just do a quick check to see if you're in any other positions. Let's go, baby. Oh, it's nice being up 325. One trade, basically. Man, that took a long time, but pandas, we were patient. And we just saw a setup. And this is like a setup I just felt like, man, like... it just kind of felt like you just got to take it. And it's one of the setups that you're like, even if you lose it, you're okay. Got my bamboo. See, doesn't that kind of sound like an apple? The way pandas eat bamboo is just, it sounds so delicious. Yeah, that was a propulsion block. You guys missed it. Definitely lots of propulsion there. Took my runner out, but pandas, I'm glad it did, because my runner would have got stopped out right here instead. But I actually got a little bit on that runner, so that was a nice. Actually that was a nice thing that happened, because I would have been stopped out anyways. My runner would have been killed here. Too many socks. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. Second entry long. I don't know. I don't know about this one. Well, one thing is it's beneath the 20 MA. It is a second entry long though. them are asking some weird favors here. No, I wouldn't. I won't do that. I have no idea. Why can't you do it? I don't understand. That's a weird thing to ask someone. Ooh. Unfortunately, my account down like 862 dollars on this account still because of the Big Mama trade. And unfortunately, Big Mama hit not during stream. I wish we could hit Big Mama during stream, but you can only take what the market gives you. I don't want to get banned for shilling. This is the opposite of shilling, but shilling is when you promote another person's stuff, saying, "Oh, follow this, do this." If you're saying, "I don't trust this guy. Can you guys, would you guys trust him?" It's a little different. This guy doesn't know the difference. It's crazy. Hey, make sure you guys scalp that like button. 167 viewers, 49 likes. Pandas. Don't tell me that this is the max like. I've seen on this channel more likes than viewers. I don't know how it's possible. It's like Jesus multiplying bread and fish. But somehow, I know you guys can do more likes. I know you guys can scalp that like button. Can I promote Daryl? Promote Apex all you want. Pandas, by the way, I will say this right now. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. Because if there is a promo, I'm saying, if there is a promo, you guys want to know. If there is a promo, just trust me. You want to make sure you want to know. You want to make sure you want to be the first to know. And the way you do that is if you do that. I will be the moment if there's a promo, you will hear on this channel first. I have a very special relationship with Apex. So the nice thing is, if there is a promo, they do give some people a privilege of knowing it earlier than others, or being able to release it earlier than others, which is nice. I'm not saying there is a promo soon, but I am saying if there is a promo soon, the best way to find out is by hitting that bell notification icon. That is the best way. GC Bird asks, have I ever banned anyone? Yeah. How could anyone forget John Cena? John Cena. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So make sure you guys sub. It's for your benefit, not for mine. John Cena was like this super troll that kind of came out of nowhere and like was going very hard, and we just kept him on the stream just for entertainment purposes because he was being so ridiculous. But it was nice, It was nice, just having someone to just focus all your energy into but then it got old really fast and just had to ban him. Hey. Hey, 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 hey. That's not cool. That's not cool. I'll let this one go by because I know it's a joke. But you're gonna have to. If I see this name again, I'm gonna have to. Ban. Cause I don't want you to be going around impersonating me, and you know, start dropping some Telegram stuff,
trap.
whatever. But I'm cool. I understand it's a joke. I get it. But you better change it fast. All right, Pandas. I think we got our bamboo today. Pablo becoming a super panda. Thanks for your support. Super Pandas, if you guys don't know, you get access to the two-legged pullback Discord, which is where we'll be jumping in after the stream and talking about setups as they form. All right, Pandas. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow, 9 o'clock for a pre-market show, 9:15 for the main stream, and I hope to see you guys there. And make sure you guys hit that bell notification icon, and yeah, I'll see you guys then. So that being said, everybody, hey, we got our bamboo today. We waited all stream just for this one setup. We got it. It was beautiful. Up 325 because of it. I can't complain. All you need is really $100 a day to really have life-changing money. Depending on how many accounts you have. And so I'm content with 325. If I'm content with 100, why not 325? So Pandas, trade safe, everybody. And as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.